It's the Dork Podcast with Rich Keefe. It's the Dork Podcast with Davey. It's the Dork Podcast. Hashtag. It's the hashtag Dork Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag Dork. My name is Rich Keefe, joined as always by Davey Eyeballs. He is Wreck Von Deck. All hail the king of ginger ale. It's Ryan. Davey, how are you?
Out here doing it, man. Alive with pleasure. How are you?
Great. Celebrating Dorktober. I've lost count of how many Dorktobers it's been. It's got to be close to like 10 at this point.
Got to be, right?
It's a lot of Dorktobers that we've done. And this is actually, believe it or not, despite all the Dorktobers we've done, this is a brand new topic. This is a brand new topic du jour, right?
We're 10 years in, 10 plus years, you're starting to like, I don't know, we still got enough in the tank. Turns out we do.
I think so. I think we're still doing it.
We're still doing it.
So without even asking you, I'm just going to tell you the topic du jour is found footage horror movies. And we just discussed one previous, VHS Halloween. Now, doing some research, there are a shit ton of these. There's an absolute ton of these. So just like Scream inspired a million Scream-like movies. Yeah. I think Blair Witch and then a few of the other ones, like early 2000s that came out, inspired even more because these are very cheap to make. When they hit, they really hit. But there's like a million. And so we're going to go through some nominees here. And I'm just telling you, we don't have all of them. So if there's some like deep cut ones that you guys really like, let us know and I'll check them out after the fact. But I didn't go super deep with the nominees.
No, and there's one that you left off the list that it kind of skirts if it's found footage or not, but like really creep me the fuck out. And I need to talk about it to somebody who hasn't seen it.
Okay.
Stiz would be the guy because I'm sure he's seen it, but I should have asked him about it before, but let's just get to it.
Well, let me say this. So there's a couple movies that I wanted to say that to me don't qualify as found footage. One, okay. I don't think Sinister is a found footage movie.
There's found footage in it, but there's no, right. Yeah.
So don't you think, like, for me, like to qualify, it would have to be a movie that is almost entirely found footage, not
or like
the other way around.
Yeah, or in like the mockumentary, fake documentary style.
So what do you want to do with What We Do in the Shadows? Does that count?
No,
yeah.
Because it's like, I don't want to say scripted because they're all scripted, but it's like more. They're actors, right? Like that, like you said in the last episode, like you get taken out of it when it's like people like Jermaine Clement and like Taika Waititi. You get like taken out of it.
Yeah, but like I don't think of like The Office or Spinal Tap as like found footage as much as like it's not found footage. It's fucking, they were shooting it. They were making a show. Like they were specifically making a show. Whereas this is a little bit different. Like
there's one on the list that's like a documentary that I think does work for this.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So this is what we'll do. We'll go through some of the nominees, and then if you want to add any that you want, feel free to add them. And then what I'll do is we'll read it, talk about it for a minute, and then we'll either delete it right away, keep it for further evaluation, or I'll just put it in bold, like this is one of the 6.
Yeah.
So the first one, and this is pretty much alphabetical order, but the first one, the Blair Witch Project, which sort of like kicked this whole thing off. Really, it's not the first, but it's the one that probably it may exploded the most and then got the most copycats after the fact. To me, this is like it would obviously be on the list.
It's obviously on the list because of like the mainstream like crossover that this had. Because the next movie you're going to mention I saw a long time ago by reputation, and it's like a found footage movie, but like I didn't love it and I didn't really understand it. But like Blair Witch was the very first time that I was like, oh, and again the way they marketed it was genius. I didn't know because I didn't know like it was a found footage movie. I don't think anybody did. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting there watching the whole time, like, is this real?
They wouldn't let the actors like promote the movie for the longest time until it was like out for several weeks, and then it was like early internet, and
they're like, hey, yeah, they're like, you couldn't even Google it.
Yeah, you couldn't. You were like, oh, I think this is legit, and like you didn't even ask yourself like, well, how would they put this out on the big screen if this is really happening? But like you thought it was real. The Witch, like it holds up for me. I think it's legitimately scary. I think it's good. You can get a little queasy with the camera work. Obviously the actors aren't great, but it's also like when you first watch, and it's hard to explain to anybody who's like in their 20s now, like all the circumstances around this movie for it to work the way that it did. Like you can't really recreate this, but at the time, it deserves even more credit.
It really does. And the way they shot it too. Like I remember that like them interviewing the actors like after the fact, and they're like, well, they gave us basically like coordinates, and every time we would get to where we needed to be, there would be like a little campsite set up and just like bare minimum instructions.
Yeah. And
like what we were supposed to talk about. And like you couldn't see like the other actors' notes. So like you basically had to react a certain way, and they had to react to you. So it was like an improv thing too. So like they didn't even know like what they were shooting.
And they didn't make like any money off this thing
Zero.
either. They got absolutely smoked on it. They didn't make any money after the fact.
And I remember seeing the girl, Heather something, the actress in it, and she was in an episode of It's Always Sunny, like one of the early episodes. And I'm like, where the fuck do I know that girl from? Like, where do I know that actress from? And I like had to Google it. And I was like, oh my God, that's the chick from Blair Witch.
That's really funny.
Yeah. And she was great. She was like she said like Charlie was like the father to like her kid or something like that. It was like an early episode of It's Always Sunny.
Oh, no shit. That's really funny. All right, so let's put that on the list. The next one,
that's on the list for sure.
Yeah, next one you refer to, it predates it by almost 20 years, and it's one of these like cult classics for absolute sickos. Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, and this is one of those ones that like if you're super into like gore and like over the top fucking violence, like this is for you. And this, again, I saw this movie a long time ago, but didn't really think of it as kind of like a found footage thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is like, that's basically what it is, right? Isn't it also like a documentary crew? They go somewhere. There's some fucked up stuff that happens in it, even like for real. It's like one of these movies I think got like banned in a bunch of countries.
Yes, it did.
They also had that scene where I think they like legitimately like rip a shell off a turtle. Like it's just fucking stupid. Like there's like real stuff that like you couldn't get away with now that they did in the movie. I'm a no. Like I think it's worth putting on like the nominee list, but like this to me is not one of the six.
It's also one of those ones that's like you're watching this and you're like, what am I doing? Like, how am I still watching this? You know,
they're literally like, give us two of the most shocking words we can put together. Right. That'll be the title, and then we'll do all kinds of like weird shit. Like, okay, fine. So anyway, that's not going to make the list, but that's on there.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on Cloverfield?
I really liked Cloverfield the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
And again, just kind of like this monster. And again, there's a lot of lore that went into this. I remember seeing this movie, liking it, and then going to like the website and learning more about the monster. I wish there was another one of these because I think at one point the director said, was it JJ Abrams? Who was it? It was like it was someone like who's famous now.
It was no, it was Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves. So
Matt Reeves.
And I think it was like a JJ Abrams like produced it or something.
Yeah, Abrams produced it, and Drew Goddard, who we all know and love, Drew Goddard, he wrote it, and Lizzie Kaplan's in it, and TJ Miller is in it.
Yeah, and I think it was like they said like that. So whatever that Cloverfield monster was like a baby. And it was like the things that were on it. Remember they had like those like spider parasite things that were on it?
Yeah.
And it was like scared. And that's why it was doing what it was doing. And so I thought it would be fascinating to like see what a real one, like a big one, looked like. Like if that's a baby, like then you know, I remember reading that somewhere. Like it was like a interview with Matt Reeves or something.
And the end credits, I'm just reading on Wikipedia, but after the end credits, there's a voice that can be heard saying, "Help us." But when played in reverse, it says it's still alive, which is good shit. So then it is a part of a trilogy of movies, although they're all over the place. So 10 Cloverfield Lane is a better movie to me. I love it. It's not found footage, but it's really, really good. It's one of my favorites. And then they came out with the Cloverfield Paradox 2 years after that, which was a dump.
Yeah.
And I was like, they kind of dropped the ball with this. This should have been a better series.
It should be. And so I'm reading it right now. It says a direct sequel to the original Cloverfield is in development, set to be directed by Babak Anvari, with J.J. Abrams returning as producer and Joe Barton as screenwriter.
Okay.
Who's Babak Anvari? Let's see what else.
I'll give it.
He directed Hollow Road, Under the Shadow, Wounds. He's the horror director.
Yep.
Front Room. He's directed a lot of stuff.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Let's circle back. I'm not going to delete it or put it in bold. We can circle back.
I'll circle back on that one.
Creep.
I loved
Mark Duplass's Creep.
I think this is great. And this is one of those, like, it's not scary, but it's like super unsettling.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Like, so the premise is that, Mark Duplass is like this guy he wants to hire like a videographer to come. He says he's dying of cancer and he wants to kind of like, capture like his last couple days and like leave messages for his son and like all this stuff. And they have to be alone because he wants to like make sure he's clear headed and all that stuff. And then it just kind of like unravels from there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like really unsettling. And what is the name of his wolf? It's
Peach Fuzz or something like
Peach
that.
Fuzz.
Peach
And he
Fuzz.
does the little dance.
Yeah.
There's this whole scene with him in like the bathtub, and it's like really fucking creepy.
Oh yeah, big time. It's
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah, I think this one's great too. They came out with a sequel which I did not like called Creep 2.
But it's funny, like it reviewed better. Like it got better reviews like Rotten Tomatoes, but I think the original Creep is way better than Creep 2.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll circle back on that. I'll get rid of Creep 2. I'll leave Creep for now.
Yeah.
Have you seen Grave Encounters?
No, I haven't.
So I just watched this recently because I knew we were going to be doing it. It's on Tubi right now for free. Tubi, Meeby. We all watch it. We all love Tubi, right?
That's right.
And I was listening to somebody. There's a Hello Sydney podcast. There's this girl who's like, I think really popular on TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok. And then she's a massive horror fan. She has her own podcast. She just goes through like movies and just reviews movies. She also did one where she's like scariest movies I've ever seen. And she sees all she does is watch horror movies, this girl. So I was listening to it. And one of her favorite scary movies and one of the ones that scared her the most was Grave Encounters. So I was like, I've never seen this. Came out
Horror Chronicles. Is that the TikTok?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. And then she has a Hello Sydney pod. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I listened to a handful of episodes. And she mentioned this Grave Encounters. And I'm like, all right, I got to see this. I got to see Grave Encounters. So 2011, and it's a TV. It's like a ghost hunting TV show. The name of the show is Grave Encounters.
Okay, yeah.
And then this is when they go to like an insane asylum, and then things go. So like some of it is very cliche. Honestly, I think she may have oversold it, but it is worth watching if you like movies like this. And they had a good hook, and they did a good job of explaining why everything was being filmed, because originally it's all filmed for the show, and then after, when shit starts to go sideways, they're like, well, like this will make the show really good, type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, it's good. I don't think it's one of the 6 best. It's worth watching. They came out with the sequel the very next year, which I've not seen yet, but I'll remove that one. But I'll keep Grave Encounters, or I'll get rid of Grave Encounters. I just wanted to talk about it though. It was
okay, yeah,
wasn't bad. Hell House LLC. There are 5 Hell House movies. I've only seen the first, but I thought it was great.
I thought that this is one of the better examples of like a found footage horror. And again, they explain why people have cameras. And it's because they're trying to document, them setting up this haunted house, and they go from town to town and they do this, and it's like their business and like kind of like a behind the scenes look. But this is, again, you think you have it pegged, and then it's like something, a new wrinkle, and then it's like I feel like it kept getting better as the movie went on, and the scares were better and more like nuanced. I thought it got smarter as it went.
I thought it was legit scary because it's also like a haunted house in it of itself. So it's like the movie's scary, but then they're also like putting up a haunted house. So then with the found footage, you're like going through the haunted house a few times, and yeah, I thought it was good. Same idea where like you've never seen any of these actors before. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
And I really liked it. So there's parts of this movie too. And again, this isn't too spoilery, I hope, but like there's parts in this movie where they're running around and they don't say it, but you can see that things have changed. Like things have been moving, like characters, like they have those like set characters, like they've moved. And like they never mention it because they're like kind of like running through, but you see like things aren't in spots. Because one of the coolest things about this movie is they're in like the same like 5 or 6 rooms. So you really do get a sense of like where things are in the room, and then things move, and like they don't say it. They don't, and the characters might not even notice it, but you as the viewer notice it.
I'll just say, yeah, I think we might have put this on our list of scariest movies when we did it.
Scary.
Yeah, it is. And I remember I watched it when Cece was really young, and so some of the nights where I'd have to like go in there and like hold her and get her back to sleep in like the pitch black, and like I'm holding her and like I'm just thinking about like that clown scene, and I'm just like, oh my god, like just go back to sleep. Like I gotta turn the lights on. So I think the first one, it's the only one I can speak to. I think that probably deserves to be on the list.
I think so. Hell Health LLC definitely deserves to be on the list.
All right, very good. The next one on our list is we mentioned last episode with Stiz, and it's Lake Mungo.
See, this is the one I was talking about. I don't know if this falls under the umbrella of found footage because it's a documentary. So like it's the footage, but they use footage like early cell phone footage, or they use footage that the son took of like a room, like Paranormal Activity, like that kind of thing. So it has found a lot of found footage elements to it.
Good point.
I would have not even considered this movie had I not watched it today. I watched this movie today, like right before the podcast.
Oh, hilarious.
It's good.
I liked it quite a bit. I'm with you. Maybe it doesn't if we put this in, it might open the door to like Sinister, or it might open the door to some other ones.
Yes.
There is found footage in it, but it is more of like the documentary. So I think for the purposes of our list, maybe it's better to keep it out, but it's definitely worth seeing. I hadn't seen it until like 2 years ago, and it came out in like 2008. So we somehow all missed it.
We all in Australian. So like it is an international kind of movie, and I think it was like we were talking about too in the last episode. Like a lot of good horror is coming out of that part of the world right now.
Oh yeah,
with
definitely.
like Bring Her Back and Talk to Me and this and some other things. I remember
they did back in the day. It was Wolf Creek was really good,
yes,
and then High Tension, or like whatever like the other one was.
Oh, that movie was that was really good.
That was Australian, I think.
Yeah.
All right, this I believe counts. Late Night with the Devil.
I believe so, because this was a found footage because it was a recording of a TV show, but it was like buried. It was like lost.
Yeah, because what happened that night. I think this counts as found footage. Counts. Now, there's one part in the movie, and we did a standalone on it because it was really one of my favorite movies from last year or the year before. Like, I love this movie. Love it. There is a part in the movie that kind of breaks the rules of found footage, but I still think 99% of the movie is quote unquote found footage. So I think it counts.
I think it counts. And I think it definitely belongs in the final discussion of,
all right,
this is one of the better horror movies I've ever seen. So like, this is like,
I agree, dude. You and I are in lockstep on this. I was blown away by how good this is. I love it. All right. There are 7 Paranormal Activity movies. I've seen probably the first 4.
The first one is so fucking good.
First one's really good. What an idea.
Yeah.
And also this is another one they do a good job explaining away, like weird shit's happening, so let's put cameras in our house. And like the whole idea of like fast forwarding through the night and just having the camera there, and you see people like get out of bed and like stand over somebody is fucking terrifying.
And again, we brought in weapons. I mean, that's kind of like the scariest part of the movie, right? Is when what's her name comes out of it.
Our girl Callie Shatera, friend of the show, comes screaming out of there. Yeah, good point. All right, these next 3 I'm going to sort of loop in together. So there was a Spanish movie called Rec, or like short for record. Like there's even like the little red light on the poster. So it's Rec, and then Rec 2, and then there's an American version called Quarantine, which is great with what's her name? Jennifer Carpenter? No, what's her name? Yes, Jennifer Carpenter.
Yes, Jennifer Carpenter from Dexter.
Yeah,
from Dexter. Yeah.
So she's in that. And so they literally like remade this movie like a year after.
And it was like shot for shot too, right? It just wasn't.
Yeah. Yep.
And so basically, this is the one. It's like a zombie movie, but it's like a news reporter is like stuck in like a building as a zombie apocalypse is breaking out.
Found footage zombie.
It's pretty. That's a unique take. I don't know if it like cracks our top 6, but it's definitely worth a watch.
It's in the mix. And then I would say, yeah, it's absolutely worth a watch. I don't remember Rec 2. I do remember I think I actually watched Quarantine first, and then I went back and watched Rec. And I like them both quite a bit. We mentioned last episode there are 8 VHS films, the most recent being Halloween.
I think the first VHS is spectacular.
Okay.
I really do think that this is something worth mentioning, because I think that we talked last time about the newest one, like the batting average. I think the batting average is pretty good on the first one too.
I agree. Yeah, the first one was like I didn't know what to expect, and first one was very good, creepy as shit. M. Night Shyamalan has a found footage movie called The Visit, which I think
is it the one with the grandparents?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it gets lost in the footage, or lost in the in the discussion of M. Night where people are like, here are his really, really good movies, and then here are his really, really bad movies. And this one never gets brought up. It's closer to a really good one than a really bad one. It's got Olivia de Jong is in this movie, and Catherine Hahn is actually in this movie.
Oh yeah, shit.
I don't remember her being in this movie. Who is she? Oh, she's their
like,
mom.
She's the mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's the mom. Right. This is, I don't know. This one's good. This one I think is pretty good. It's creepy. Grandparents' house. The
Super
whole
creepy.
lot. Yeah, the grandparents turn a bit. One way.
They sure do.
One way of putting it. I don't know if it's a top 6, but I don't
think so.
Okay.
I remember watching it and being like, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But then never thinking about it again.
And maybe it was because he did lower the bar so much that when this one did come out, I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then there is also a found footage movie written and directed by Bobcat Goldthwait called Willow Creek, where they're in search of Bigfoot. So it's a found footage Bigfoot movie, which I've never seen. But I wanted to include it.
81% of Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Yeah, I wanted to include it because it's found footage Bigfoot. All right.
You watch it.
All right, so we need to come up with 6, and so we've already kind of bolded.
Wait, there's one movie that I do want to bring up, and this is the one that I don't know because it's kind of a weird movie, but it spooked the shit out of me. And I remember talking to you about it. Remember Skinamarink?
Oh yes. Now is that one also like a really, really slow burn?
It's a slow burn, but it's really fucking creepy because it's like 2 little kids. You know, they wake up and their house has no windows and no door.
Oh.
And so like it's this weird footage and they're like whispering to each other and it's a lot of like nothing really happens and then things start to happen and but it's like the whole like waiting is like the creepiest part. It's worth mentioning. I don't think it goes into the top 6, but if you're into like it's really fucked up and like spooky, I would say it's really creepy.
Okay.
If you haven't seen Skinamarink, check that out.
Put it on the list. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. So I think we agreed on 3. The Blair Witch Project, Hell House LLC, and Late Night with the Devil as 3 that are in. So we need 3 more out of Cloverfield, Creep, Paranormal Activity, either Quarantine or Wreck, or VHS.
I'm gonna open with Creep. I think Creep is freaky enough that it makes the list.
Okay. I agree.
And just kind of like psychologically, this movie, I thought about this movie a lot, like after I'd seen it. Because it was just so unsettling.
Yes.
In a good way, not like a gory, like Cannibal Holocaust, like not way that like is gross or like whatever, but just like, holy shit. Like do you ever watch movies and you're like, there are actually people like that, like in the world?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. And then like what's also great with all horror movies is you're like, all right, if I somehow got into this situation, like how would I get out?
Yeah. And it's very grounded. It's not supernatural. It's not, but it's like, it's real. Like that's the stuff that scares it. It's not like,
it's like strangers
ghouls and goblins. It's like real shit.
Goddamn scary.
Yeah.
No,
like, I would put Creep on this list for sure. I don't know how anyone else feels about it.
I'm good with it. I think we probably should put Paranormal Activity.
I absolutely agree.
Okay. So Paranormal Activity makes it. So now we need 1 out of Cloverfield, VHS, Quarantine, or Wreck.
So wait a minute. So I got who? So we said
Blair Witch,
Hell House, Late Night with the Devil.
Yep.
Okay. And Creep and now Paranormal Activity. So we got
That's
Cloverfield, 5. VHS, or something else.
Or Quarantine or Wreck. Whatever one we land on. Cloverfield is pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like Alien, I don't know if it's like a true horror movie.
Yeah. Is it too sci-fi?
I think it might be a little leaning sci-fi.
Here, let's see what.
So I would give it to the original VHS, James Gunn, Sean Gunn. I would go the original VHS.
I don't hate that. According to Wikipedia.org, Cloverfield is an American found footage monster horror film. So it gets under monster.
It's under monster. So like, is Godzilla a horror movie?
I think you could make a case that it is.
You could. Is King Kong a horror movie? You know what I mean? So like yes, but You know,
Should be a yes and.
yes, it should be. According to the laws of improv, it should be yes and.
All right, VHS, the first one. Yeah, you had some good shit. So you know what's funny is the last segment of the original VHS was written and directed by the dudes that did Ready or Not, Scream 5 and 6, Abigail. Like that was
which one was that?
It's 10/31/98, the Halloween one. I would have to rewatch it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
No, I really like this, and it's like the worst. It's like the worst reviewed one of all of them.
That's really funny.
Now they're like,
yeah, maybe people just didn't know what to expect or something. I don't know. Also, Ty West, who did the Maxine series, Pearl and Maxine, he also did one of the segments in that one. He did the second honeymoon one.
This is great because, like, what a great vehicle for like young horror directors to like just do like a little short thing, like a little, like, you know, what a cool thing. And I think that they should keep that going. What it didn't, who had, like, a Project Greenlight or something, where like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did that, but do it like for horror.
Dude, speaking of that, they did a horror movie one year, and the movie I've talked about it on the podcast a bunch. It's called Feast. Great movie. VHS 85, the one that came out in 2023. The last segment was done by Scott Derrickson, who, by the way, Black Phone 2 looks like fucking bananas.
I'm dying to see it and see like how that works.
Yeah, we probably should do that, right? That's not
probably should. We did the original.
Yeah, we did. So we should do that one.
Yeah, we should.
Also in VHS Beyond, which I haven't seen, that was last year's, Mike Flanagan wrote one of them, and his wife, Kate Siegel, directed it. I know. Yeah, this is a good series. Justin Long also wrote and directed one.
Okay, so we're putting VHS as a series, the VHS series up there.
We'll put VHS on there. Yeah. All right, so this is our list. Top 6 found footage horror movies: The Blair Witch Project, Creep, Hell House LLC, Late Night with the Devil, Paranormal Activity, VHS.
That's a solid. I'm happy with that list.
That's good.
There was like, and again, when you pitched this, I was like, and I looked at your list. I'm like, I've seen a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
And you don't know you have. And then you're like, oh wait, yeah, there's 7 Paranormal Activities, 8 VHS movies.
Yeah, like top 6, like there's only 6. It's like, no, there's like 60, and I couldn't even get through them all. And I'm like, I haven't seen. That's why I wanted to see Grave Encounters, which was good. I wouldn't put it on my list, and maybe other people would. But there was also a million that you would find like in the back catalog of like Netflix, Tubi, or Shudder that you're like, what? I don't even. And maybe, I bet there's a gem in there somewhere, but I don't know. I haven't watched them all yet. So next week, Ryan, I believe we have
Peacemaker finale.
Yeah, Peacemaker season 2. So we'll take a little Dorktober break for Peacemaker season 2, and then I think we're open to maybe a rewatch of some other horror, maybe like an old one that we've never done.
Yeah, I mean, I would love the crowd to get involved here, a little class participation, and see like if there's a movie that like a B movie or like something that we haven't seen. Or how about this? Or a classic that we have seen that we are experts on, and I would love to revisit.
Do we break out the Twitter poll?
We should. We haven't done one in a while.
All right, so I won't say. Maybe you'll be able to tell, but we won't say whose is whose. But offline, text me 2 movies and double check. Make sure they're like streaming so we can like see them.
Okay. Yep.
You give me 2. I'll put 2. We'll put a poll question up on Twitter at Dork Podcast with 4 movies on there. Okay. And then what the majority wins, and we'll do Peacemaker 2, and we'll do whatever the old horror movie is.
Love it.
That sounds like maybe the best plan.
And I know I just pulled up a list right now, and the one you mentioned to me earlier is like smack dab, like on the top of the list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one with that all-star cast that you were.
Fuck, I'd rewatch that.
Yep.
And then then in 2 weeks it'll be Task. We'll do Task in a couple of weeks. Ooh, Jason mentions The Ring. Dude, honestly, I don't even know if I can rewatch The Ring. It's fucking terrifying.
I'm texting you right now as we're about to sign off.
It's spooky season though, so maybe I will rewatch it. We should do The Ring with Lucas Giolito and be like, hey, you got to watch this because your mom's in it.
We really should.
Although I feel bad, I don't know if I should reach out to him because he's like hurt. Maybe there's more time to podcast.
I said he's got time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, and then also we're cooking up. Oh, you know what? In 2 weeks, we're doing Task, and I just need to cross a couple T's. I think we have an interview lined up too.
Yes, we do.
So that should be on the 20th. So we'll do Peacemaker and a movie of the people's choosing. Then we'll do Task and this interview, which does tie into Dorktober. And then we have one other final Monday in Dorktober. So I think that's open right now. We can cook something up for that too.
Hell yeah.
All right, very good. You guys can hit us up. Thanks for listening to this. Tell a friend, tell a dork. You can email us anytime, dorkpodcast@gmail.com. Actually, I got another I've bought this. We can toss it in next week as
I haven't done that in a while.
We haven't done that in a while. So send those in. And if we haven't done yours, send it in. I'm sorry, but you can always send it in again too. Maybe it got buried. But you can also hit us up on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube @Dork Podcast for all those places. In the meantime, Ryan, stay curious.
I will.
The hashtag Dork Podcast.